You want to do the intro? Or
No,
you want
go
me to do
ahead.
it?
I'm on your show, bro.
You got it. All right, hit me with a little bit of cheer.
Cheer.
There we go. Max is one of the only people that get to really do that. But yeah, what's going on, everybody? It's yours, truly the Ace, back with another Behind the Teams episode 15. We are talking about the Green Bay Packers. I got my man Max Coverage from Max Coverage TV. Thank you for popping on, my guy. How you doing?
Of course, man. Hey, when you said you were doing this thing, you knew I had to come on here and talk some Green Bay Packers with you, bro. And I love what you're doing so far, man.
Appreciate that. Hey, 15, you know what I'm saying? One
Yeah.
more, we'll be halfway through. You know what I'm saying? These episodes are going by fast. And, I appreciate you rocking the cheese head, man.
Oh
Obviously,
yeah.
if you can't tell, he's cheesed out.
Hey man, well, I will say this: these things are heavy as crap. Like all those guys and girls that wear this throughout the whole game, hey, props to them. Because I went to a couple of live games in my lifetime. Wore this one time at a game. I had to take this off. Oh, I live in Florida, so you know it's hot down here. When they come visit the Jaguars, I had to wear this for like 5 minutes. I was like, all right, I got to take this thing off, bro.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Oh, I mean, if you want to, you can take it off now before we get
Yeah,
started.
I had to bring it out for you because you knew I had it, but yeah.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that, man. All right. So 2022 season, the Green Bay Packers finished at 8-9, one game away from making the playoffs where, the Lions ended up showing up. And unfortunately, you guys didn't make the playoffs. Overall, what did you think about the 2022 season?
Well, you knew it was a failure if the Packers missed the playoffs, especially with when you have Aaron Rodgers as your starting quarterback. You expect them to at least make a wild card, to at least get into the playoffs. And as we all know, that didn't happen. And the way it happened, at the end of the year, it just was a heartbreaking loss for me. Week 18 when you didn't win that week or the last week of the season when we went against the Lions. They come into Lambeau. Everything, was right in front of us. When you're in and you're at home, everything was, you know, shipped up to be there, and we just didn't get it done. We fell short. It was a stinger because we all know that was the last game that we saw Rodgers put on the Packers jersey. So it was a rocky season, man. Disappointing season, but I'm 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 ready for the future.
Yeah, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Packer fans, being that it's been happening almost every single year with Rodgers for like the past 3 or 4 years,
Yeah.
I'm sure you're a little bit relieved that it's over and just ready to kind of move on. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And it's difficult. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you've had in the last, I'm sure your whole entire life between Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, that's the quarterbacks that you know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
So
you're right, man. The last couple of seasons, it was always the number one topic in the offseason. Is Rodgers gonna be here next season, or is he done? And I wanted, I was at the point where like they both needed to part ways. I was actually shocked that he got the contract extension that he received from the Packers
mhm.
because you knew Jordan Love was waiting in the back, just waiting for his shot because that's who Matt LaFleur drafted. That was his guy, So it was kind of shocking, especially because all the reports going around saying Rodgers wants to leave, all this, and then he signs an extension. But it was time, bro. It was on both sides. I think it was a good deal for both sides. Like I wish him nothing but the best. He gave us a Super Bowl. Basically every single year we were in the playoffs fighting for a chance at a Super Bowl, but it was time to move on, man. So I was happy when he did move on finally because I need a quarterback that's, all in on the season. I don't want to, is he going to be gone next season or not? So I'm pretty excited about this season coming up, man.
Yeah. So the Jordan Love era has officially arrived. I know you guys are hoping that he can be what Aaron Rodgers was to Brett Favre. You know what I'm saying? That longevity, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's what you really need at the end of the day. And, so going into the offseason, obviously that was the biggest question. But what else did you feel like besides the once the Aaron Rodgers thing got resolved, you know what I'm saying, which happened a little bit before the draft? What did you feel like was the Packers' biggest need going into the offseason, and do you feel like they addressed it via the draft and free agency? Because obviously Jordan Love is the quarterback. So
Mhm.
what else around him do you feel like the Packers needed?
Just weapons. We all saw The Packers don't draft the offensive weapon in the first round unless your name is Jordan Love. With Rodgers being there, his whole career. So I wanted maybe like the organization to go a different way. Maybe support your guy for the first round. I'm talking about for the draft. I wanted us to go Jackson Smith and Jigba. I really wanted him at Ohio State. He was there for the taking. We went Lucas Van Ness, which was a shock for me, but hindsight, bigger picture, I understood that move, but I think we did do that. We did get them weapons. We got 2 tight ends. We got some receivers like Jaden Reed. We got Luke Musgrave and Tucker Kraft. So they have some weapons there. We also drafted the guy from Virginia, Wayans. No, Wicks. I'm sorry. No, he's from So we got Wicks in the 5th round.
Yeah.
So we got some guys there for him, but I did think this draft was one of my favorite drafts that the Packers did in some time, man. I think they addressed a lot of holes, but this team is young, man. That's why this season is so, exciting, because we turned the page and now it's like we got a young athletic group, and now we just got to showcase it on the field.
Yeah. Which because like you said, to go back to your point of they didn't get any weapons in the first round, which receivers were available in the first round, and this was a good receiver draft.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I, as a Giants fan, knew we needed receivers as well. So I was kind of like, hoping one fell to us. We didn't go that direction either. So you guys end up going, receiver in the second round. Which pick was which player did you get with the Jets pick? Was it Reed or was it Musgrave? Or
I think it was Musgrave.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. I think it was Musgrave, which when that happened, I didn't really know much about Luke Musgrave. I'm going to be honest with you, because I wanted, Darnell Washington. I wanted Dalton Kincaid maybe in the first round, but they decided to wait. And that's the thing about the Packers, man. This is something they do every single year. They draft the weapons in the 2nd and 3rd round, and then they address like a big, big need in the first round, which edge rush, Luke Van Ness out of Iowa. He's going to be basically Preston Smith's replacement, because Preston Smith's getting on the older side. So, like in the heat of the moment, I wanted in Jigba, but I was like, you know what, let me sit back. And I actually saw some tape on him, and I was like, dang, this guy's athletic. He's strong. He can do some things, man. And with him and Rashawn Gary on the edges, I mean, that's some scary stuff coming up. But yeah, I wanted Darnell Washington, but we pulled on Luke Musgrave, and in camp, man, he's been showing out. He's been doing a hell of a job so far. So I'm excited to see more of Luke, because he missed a lot of time with injury in college. So that's why a lot of I think that's why he fell a little bit back in the draft, which 2nd round, 42nd pick. So I think that's the main reason why, it was because of the injury stuff that happened in college.
How's Jordan Love looking in the offseason?
Dude, he's looking good, man. I follow a couple of Packers, beat writers on Twitter and stuff, so I see like some film. What I've been seeing is awesome stuff. He's been hitting the guys where they need to be. He's been dropping, right in a bucket. Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, they look great as well in camp. But when, week 1 in preseason, he went out there 7 for 10, 76 yards and a touchdown. The touchdown was to Romeo Doubs, a nice little floater. But the thing, he had a lot of time, though. I want to shout out to the offensive line for week 1 preseason, because they went crazy, bro. He had a clean pocket almost every single drop back. But he missed one throw to Luke Musgrave, and it was a 3rd down, wide open. You got to hit that. But take away that, he had a stellar week 1 in preseason, man. So what I've been hearing, a lot of progression with Jordan Love, and he's been in this system. This is his 4th year. So he's been in this system 4 years. I'm so excited to see him out there. We seen him a little bit last year. He didn't really look too comfortable, but I think year after year after year, he's been making his steps forward. But of course, it's a question mark for now.
Yeah. Of course, this, like I said, this is nothing new for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Rodgers sat for 2-3 years before he was ready. So, if Jordan Love does the same thing, in another 15 years, he'll be a Jet as well. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? With the
Oh
way you
yeah,
guys do it.
probably, bro. It was
So
weird how they put both Favre and Rodgers like 16th season with the Packers. Then they went away, but Rodgers stayed one more season. So
yeah,
but it was funny how like their timeline went the same exact path in their careers. It was pretty
yeah.
funny.
It's okay. I'm sure you'll see Rogers again in Minnesota jersey when he's done with the
Gosh, now
Jets.
that would make me sick to my stomach, bro. I was sick when Brett Favre went. I was mad. I was a kid, so
Mhm,
I was like deep down hurt, bro. I was
mhm.
like so mad at him because I have a Favre jersey. I still have one. But man, seeing that as like a 13-year-old kid, I'm like, what? Come on,
Could have been
man.
worse. He could have went to the Bears.
Oh, that would have been way worse. But
Yeah,
it's same division. I hate all the teams. Well, I
yeah,
respect all the teams, but I have that hate towards them.
yeah. Of course.
But any team in this division, I would be sick if Rodgers put on their uniforms.
Yeah. So, all right. So, standout. Give me your standout player going into 2023 that needs to have that year for the Packers to be successful again.
Now, I will say Jordan Love, but I want to go.
Mhm.
I'm not going to say the obvious because
Yeah.
everyone's going to say Jordan Love. I want to go with Christian Watson
Yeah,
because
I would agree.
this is the number one receiver, and he has the most talent. This guy, if he can really turn it on, bro, he might be one of the most athletic freaks offensively in the league, bro. I'm not saying like it's gonna happen, but he has the potential to make it happen. I mean, we saw 10 touchdowns in a short amount of time. Like he didn't have a lot of snaps. He was hurt a little bit last season as well, and he wasn't out there every single play, But
Mhm.
you saw 10 touchdowns from this guy. He showed you he could be the man. He has drop problems, which
Yeah,
all young receivers kind of have.
but he has elite speed though.
Elite speed. He's a
Mhm.
big guy. He can, a 50-50 guy. If you throw it up to him, he can go and get it. And that's the thing. If you get him on like those those slant routes, he can catch it and go 70 yards down the field, bro. And then you can also throw the go route to him and he catches it on the sideline and just burns you. He dropped the week one, against Minnesota. It was right there in the breadbasket. He dropped it.
Mhm.
But man, like if he can really, cut down on the drops and step up to be that number one guy, I think Christian Watson and Jordan Love could be a nice little 1-2 for a long time coming.
Yeah, I agree. That's my pick as well for all, at least on the offensive side, because a quarterback needs that receiver that he can rely on. So, if Christian Watson has improved his hands, the
Mm-hmm.
speed is there, improved the hands, improved the route running. You know what I'm saying? You could definitely be a good tandem in this league. Like, look at the good tandems that we have: Joe Burrow and Chase Young. You know what I'm saying? Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen. We had Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes for the longest time, but now it's Kelsey. And
Mm-hmm.
you need that receiver. You know what I'm saying? Like Aaron Rodgers has his Garrett Wilson. You need that one receiver that you can rely on. So if they could develop, the biggest thing is chemistry. If they could
Yeah.
develop that chemistry, that unspoken bond of, because a lot of times receivers will break out of routes, you know what I'm saying, and settle down in the zone. If you can have that chemistry with the quarterback, I feel like they can do well. On the defensive side, though, I feel like your defense overall is going to have to play tough this year. I like your secondary. Obviously, Alexander's one of the better cornerbacks in the league, but I actually like Savage Jr. I like Darnell Savage Jr.
Dang.
When he
He
was
stole
coming
my
out.
pick.
Oh, when he was coming out, I was kind of like, damn, I wish the Giants would have got him,
Yeah.
because he's a good safety that can play, you know what I'm saying, in the middle of the field. And I
Mm-hmm.
thought, you know what I'm saying, I think he needs to have a big year, because like if your secondary, the one thing with the NFL, if the secondary can hold up, that means you can blitz and you can send more guys to the house. So if the secondary holds up, then yeah, your defense can be pretty good.
Yeah, man. Savage was one of my picks for defense for guys to step up, mainly because he's the number one safety we have right now. Going into this season, we lost Amos. He's to free agency. I think he signed with the Jets also, which is funny because the Jets have Packers 2.0 basically.
Yeah.
But
they're Packer juniors over there.
yeah. So we have Savage and Jonathan Owens, who we got in free agency, and Rudy Ford re-signed. So those are the safeties, the names that are coming up. And I think, Savage is definitely the one that's been there the longest. He needs to step up. He actually got benched last season a couple of games because of lack of being in the play, like, hustling. He wasn't hustling enough. So Joe Barry, our defensive coordinator, benched him, flat out benched him. And I love Savage. So I was like, this is the year you need to step up. You need to own, as like the main safety we have. It's going to be interesting to see who we're going to play alongside with him. It might be Jonathan Owens, but that's another hole that the Packers have is, the safety position. The corners are great. Rasul Douglas, Jair, Eric Stokes coming back from injury, but the safety spot is my main concern. But if I would go with a guy that needs to have a great year on defense for us, it would probably be Rashawn Gary. Just because he came off a huge injury last season, missed almost the whole year. And that was what Rashawn Gary, his like red flag coming out of Michigan was his injury concerns. We got him when he had like a messed up shoulder. And, we traded up to get him also in that draft. But Rashawn Gary if he is healthy, that guy could be a stud. He's a beast, man. Like, he's a flat out monster. He flies around the field, and that's the edge rush we need is Rashawn Gary. So I want him to have a nice, healthy season because if he's healthy, man, this defense just elevates that higher.
Yeah. Also, another player too that have to mention, Aaron Jones is going to have a good year for you guys. You know what I'm saying? To take that pressure off of, Jordan Love. The offensive line is going to have a good year as well. Do you think this is the last year for Bakhtiari?
It could be, man. We've already seen some rumors floating around that the Jets might want to trade for him. They cleared a lot of cap space. I know, right? Just take you want the whole team, New York?
Might as well.
You want the whole team? I mean, gosh, but I think so, man. He's getting older, and I think Bakhtiari, he just has that tie with Aaron Rodgers. They're like best friends, bro. If you're going back training camp years after years after years, these guys are just at the hip with each other, man. They're like best friends. So I definitely see Bakhtiari maybe moving away, and I'm okay with that, man, because before all the injuries, man, he was one of the best left tackles, if not the best in the league. But he's getting older now, a lot of injuries. I wouldn't be too upset if the Packers moved on from Bakhtiari after this season. But I will say this. You brought up Aaron Jones. A.J. Dillon needs to have a better season because we need that 1-2 hit. And I think A.J. Dillon kind of had an underwhelming season last year because I thought he was going to take a huge step forward, being those, between the A and B gap, between the nose guy, getting that goal line in. But he never really got there, man. So I want A.J. Dillon to have a better year than last.
Yeah, you guys definitely have a nice little, decent tandem at running back that can take a lot of the pressure off of Julian Love. I mean, Love, not Julian Love. That was a giant. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Love, because he's going to need it. You know what I'm saying? He's going to need it. So, all right. So, what are your realistic expectations for this season for the Packers? What do you really need to see?
I'm going to be realistic here. I don't expect us to win the division. I hope so. I have hope we can win the division, but I'm not going to sit here, week 2 of the preseason and say, "Oh, the Packers are the clear-cut favorites to win the NFC North." I'm a realistic fan. A lot of people don't think we are. I don't think year 1 of Jordan Love's era, I don't think we can. But if we do, man, hey, it's going to be a great Jordan Love era. I will say that. But realistically, man, I just hope we finish near 500 or maybe a game above 500, fighting for a wild card spot. Just try to get in there. Don't go out there and go 6-11, 5-12. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want us to be competing because this is make or break year for Jordan Love, man, because you saw the prospects coming out next season. You got Drake May, you have Caleb Williams, the two stars. Yeah, exactly. Those two guys are, tearing it up. So if Jordan Love fails and if Rodgers plays 65% of the snaps, we get the Jets first round draft pick next season as well. So we have 2 first rounders that we can easily move up and go get a guy like Drake May or Caleb Williams, depending on how we finish, But
of course.
I think if we're fighting for a wild card, man, I'd be happy. I'll be a happy camper.
Yeah. Well, the NFC is not stacked as the AFC, but your division is getting better.
Yeah.
I think the Bears are a dark horse in a couple. I give them about 2-3 years. I like what Ryan Poles is doing over there. If Justin Fields can take that leap, I think they're going to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? The
Oh yeah.
Lions were improved. The Vikings are kind of like what they are. You know what I'm saying? Can you really trust Kirk Cousins? You guys are kind of just like went from being at the top of the division to like all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, now threatening to be at the bottom for a little while, where you're kind of in purgatory, which like you said, this is a proven year for Jordan Love, which sucks because it's going to be his first year as a starter, but they are really good quarterbacks coming next. So it's like, you don't want to squander that opportunity.
And the team is smart, man. They got him on a 2-year contract too. So like instead of picking up his 5th-year option, they signed him to a 2-year deal. So you have this year and next year with Love. And that's just a perfect, setup in case he doesn't do well, in case he doesn't do well. So you get the rookie next draft, and then you still have Love for one more season to say, hey, man.
To kind of mentor him.
Yeah. But I will say this, that's why it's gonna be a fun year for Packer fans, because for once we're underdogs in our division. And it's like you said, we're not used to being there. We're used to being, the clear-cut favorites to win that division year in, year out. But that's why this one's it's gonna be a fun year, man, because unlike a lot of teams that if you look at teams and you're like, oh, they're gonna finish 4th in the division, the roster for the Packers, man, they have weapons, they have talent, and they have guys, veterans still on that team to like get it done. It's not like we're just out there, oh, all this team is put together, like the Houston Texans, like they're a building team, they're a rebuilding team. But like you can sit there and look at their roster and say, I don't think they're gonna, be first or second in their division with confidence, And that's why you just said the NFC is wide open. The Packers could easily get in there and, maybe shock a couple people and win a playoff game. Well, who knows? That's why I can't wait for this year, bro.
Yeah, y'all strength of schedule isn't tough either. You guys are 24th strength of schedule, so it's like you're towards the bottom. So could this be a good time? Could the schedule be easier because you guys had a 3rd place schedule to be able to adapt to Jordan Love, like let him kind of just get things going and stuff like that, and it could work out in you guys' favor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So we start off, with the Bears. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough game off rip because it's in Soldier Field. Now, if we were in Lambeau, I would say this could be a win. But I always think we're gonna split. I never the Lions swept us last year in the division, but I kind of always see us splitting with these guys. But week 1 in Soldier Field, but that's a game. It's gonna be a fun game to watch, bro, because. But like you said, the Bears, they're making moves too. And I bet the Bears fans are ready to see, this season as well, because there's a lot of optimism there.
Yeah, they're loading up. Like I said, Ryan Poles has money to spend, and he's made, adding DJ Moore. They're going to be a problem. So what do you think? You give them the win first week?
I would say we would probably lose here, just because we're in Soldier Field. So I say we lose.
Yeah. All right. So then week 2. You guys starting off on the road both weeks.
Yep.
Luckily, it's not, you're not going from coast to coast, but then you're going against Atlanta week 2. What do you think about that?
I think that's a win. Atlanta is a question mark team as well because NFC South is open for taking. That division is a toss up. I do think the team below is going to win that division, the Saints. But, Desmond Ridder, they got Bijan Robinson they just drafted, Drake London, Kyle Pitts. Is this going to be a bounce back year for him? So they have guys there. They just got Jesse Bates as well, the safety from the Bengals. So they improved over the offseason. It could be a loss, but I think we have what it takes to win there in week 2.
Okay. So then week 3, New Orleans, first home game for the Packers.
I think we win this. I think just because it's like we're home, first home game of the year. Saints, Derek Carr. Kamara will miss this game. This will be the last game of his suspension, but they do have Jamal Williams, so it's not like they don't have a guy to step up.
You never know with Michael Thomas,
exactly. Is he going to be healthy? Yeah, he could be hurt by week 3. I love their defense. I think the Saints are a dark horse in the NFC, man. I think the defense for the Saints can get it done, especially Jordan Love. This might be a tough game for him, but since we're at home, first game, I think we should win this game.
Okay. Then the first no, actually the second division game, I should say,
Hmm.
on Prime Thursday night, short week
Yeah,
at home versus Detroit.
and luckily it's at home.
Hmm.
I do have to see if the Lions play away on week 3, so
Hmm.
maybe they're traveling, so that could hurt them. I think we win this just because it's at home, and like I said, I think we're going to split with our division. I do think we're going to lose in Ford Field,
Hmm.
but the Lions are right now maybe the favorites to win our division.
Yeah.
I want to say win, man, but I can't say it comfortably. But I'd say win week 4.
Yeah. The reason I'm gonna give you guys this one too is because their guys should be still serving suspensions by then, shouldn't they?
Yeah, I think
Like,
Jameson Williams will be out. He
yeah.
actually got hurt today in practice too.
Hmm.
But I think he'll be out. But yeah, you're right. There's going to be guys 6 weeks suspension still from
Yeah.
gambling. So yeah, and
Idiots.
it's yeah, it's why you got millions of dollars, man. Just stop gambling on football. I get it. It's
Hmm.
fun. I do it, but I can't get in trouble for doing it. But
Yeah.
it's gonna be a tough game. I will be calling that game, by the way.
Okay.
It's gonna be a fun game to watch. I will say that, but I think we pull it out. It's gonna be a close one though.
Okay. Okay. And then the Raiders um at in Las Vegas.
See, I don't want people to think I'm just biased when I'm saying this, but I think we're
Hmm.
gonna win that game as well, bro. Like,
Okay.
I think
Four
we're
one
gonna
start.
start 4-1, and we'll as we go on, Pack. Everyone watching, you'll understand my philosophy as we go on. But
Okay.
I've already looked at the schedule, man. So me and my buddies, we did this last weekend, but I think we're gonna win that game. The Raiders, I'm not too high on what's gonna happen with Josh Jacobs. Now we're talking preseason week 2 here. Josh
Yeah.
Jacobs is still away from the team now that he could sort everything out, but I don't know if Josh Jacobs will be there. Even if he is, I still think we can pull this off. Devontae, real
Yeah.
rematch game against his old team.
Hmm.
It'll be a fun one, but Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback, which he's actually, his track record against us is pretty good. So this could be a trap game for us, but I think we win.
Yeah. Another thing is you guys got a mini bye before going
Mm-hmm.
on the bye because you're playing that Thursday, then you get a
Yep.
whole week off, and then you're playing on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then you hit the bye week. So if you
Good.
guys can get people, the only thing that sucks is, like I said, bye week is so early. It's week 6 because then you got to go the rest of the season without it.
I will say
So
this: if we hit the bye week, I say 4-1. But if we go 3-2 and then hit the bye,
mhm.
I'll be happy. I'll be happy
Okay,
still.
okay, and then right after the bye week, you're back on the road again, going to Denver, Colorado.
I think we lose here. I think
Okay,
that's a loss. I think Denver's going to have a step up year, especially with Sean Payton.
yeah,
I think he's going to turn around that team. And
yeah. Russ can't be this bad again.
yeah, exactly. And we're away. I know we have that bye to come off of, but we're going to the central, the west over there. Or Denver. So I think we lose here.
Yeah. All right, then week 8, Minnesota
So we're at home.
at home. Yep.
I will say we win.
Okay, so
I
five and
say we
two.
beat. Yeah, I say we win. We're 5-2, and we're looking good. Now I'm like, oh, we're 5-2 right now. Now if we're 3 and or was it 4-3,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be happy as well. So
Got you. Then at home again, back-to-back home games versus the Rams.
I think we can beat the Rams too, bro.
This
I
this
mean,
is tough. This is tough because like every time I bring people on here and they're facing the Rams, which Ram team are we going to get? Because the reason they got derailed last year was because everybody got injured.
yeah.
You know what
Now
I'm saying?
you're
So
right. You're right, man. Matthew Stafford reportedly feels better than he has in a couple of years heading
mhm.
into a season, so that's good for the Rams. Cooper Cup is already injured, but he should be back week 9. I don't. It's a hamstring injury, so those linger,
Mhm.
but he should be back week 9. But the thing is with the Rams, man, you take away Cup and Stafford, which is easier said than done, obviously, but take away those, and they don't really have much firepower. Like
Yeah.
they got Van Jefferson still there, Tutu Atwell, but come on,
Yeah,
like
but
if you
they're a
take,
system team though. That you can
yeah,
plug and play anybody in that system. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we have a shot just because we're at home for one, and they have to go from West. Well, I don't know who they play in week 8, but it's a West Coast team heading over to the cold. November 5th. It's kind of cold in Green Bay by then. That's
Mhm.
another thing you got to think about too, is like the weather that comes in play.
Yeah, of course, of course. All right, then you guys are coming at Pittsburgh.
I think that could be a loss. I think
Okay,
Pittsburgh has a shot. I don't that dude, the AFC North is one of the
it's tough division.
toughest division on
Hmm.
paper right now. And
Yep.
they look great. Preseason, George Pickens looks phenomenal. Kenny Pickett looks like he's improved over the off season. I think we lose here on the road to the Steelers. If we win this game, that would be such a gutsy win for us. But I think, right now we'll take the L.
Yeah.
So where are we at right now?
6-3.
6-3. Yeah.
Yep, 6-3. All right, then at home versus the Chargers.
See, this is you see the next 3 games right here. So now
Yeah.
you understand why I said win, win, win. Because I mean, right now, even though we're home against the Chargers, I got to be real. This is I think we should lose this game.
Okay.
This is a
Yeah,
tough stretch right here, bro.
it is.
And
You're going against like the Chargers. I'm interested to see Kellen Moore, obviously, what he can do with the real quarterback because Dak Prescott sucks. And that's just not me.
ooh.
That's just not me being a Giants fan. I'm just keeping
Yeah.
it 100. But now he's got himself a quarterback with a cannon. So
Mhm.
what is he going to do? What kind of plays is he going to draw? He's a very creative play caller.
Yeah, I think the Chargers, they should be fighting for a AFC championship spot, man. They got the talent, dude.
Oh,
They had the talent. Justin Herbert, this might
the
be a
AFC
year
is
where
stacked though, dude.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, how good is Justin Herbert? This could be
Yeah.
a year that we answer that question because you know what happened last year. He got bounced by the Jags after leading that game, what,
Ooh.
27-zip.
Yeah.
You
Can you
know,
imagine if you bet on the Jags? If you
I,
even put like
I
$100
was at
on
that
the
game.
Jags and they were lowest, oh man.
I was at that game, bro. It was
Yeah.
crazy. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think we lose against the Chargers. I think they're gonna have a great year, man.
Yeah. All right. So then at Detroit, Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, so another short week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Scroll up real
Yep.
quick.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, another short week at Ford Field. I think we lose there.
Okay.
It's gonna ruin my Thanksgiving. I hope not. I hope we win. But I gotta be real. I said we're gonna split with the Lions, and I think we're gonna lose that game on a short week.
Yeah, the Thanksgiving jerseys will be out. So you're gonna be eating your turkey
Oh,
mad salty, huh? You'll be like,
and
damn it.
the thing about this, it's the first game too. So after the first game, you start to get sleepy.
Mm-hmm.
So I might be going and take a nap after that game, bro. Just either upset or
I
happy.
just got what you talking about. The first game of the day. Yeah, people
Yeah.
cooking and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all right. So then week 13, you know what I'm saying? Another mini bye versus the Chiefs.
We're gonna lose that game. I mean,
So
even though we're at
put you
home,
6-6. Mm-hmm.
even though we're at home, man, like I gotta be real. Uh, it's Patrick Mahomes, man. It's
It
Patrick
is.
Mahomes,
It
and
is.
that's such a tough, stretch. If we can win one out of those 3 games,
Mm-hmm.
I think we really have a shot to make a playoff spot
Yeah.
because we can't be losing to all the powerhouse teams. If you want to be a team to be reckoned with, you got to win some of these games. But right
Yeah.
now, coming into the season, man, I got to be real, and I say we take the loss there Sunday night at Lambeau.
Yeah, I agree. So I'll take this one for you. This is a loss to the
Oh,
Giants
bro,
at New
we got to
York.
call that game together, man.
I'll be down.
Because we side with each other with the Yankees, man. But that's gonna be a fun one.
Someone, if one team is losing, the other one's gonna be like this. Just calling the game like this.
Oh yeah. But that'll be
So,
that'll be a fun time though. I think
right, at
I'll
New
say
York,
we
what do you
take a
think?
loss.
You take
I
your
say we
loss?
take a loss because we're at New York. Giants are another question mark team, man. Like I know you know this. Is last year a fluke or
Yeah,
can the Giants get better?
yeah,
And I
I
think they
agree.
could. Especially I like how y'all got the whole Saquon stuff down, before
Darren
the season
Waller.
started. Darren Waller, can he be healthy though week 14?
I agree because
That's late
when
in the
healthy,
season.
he's one of the best top 5 tight ends easily in the league.
And
Um, The
I
one
do
thing about
like
the
Jalen
Giants,
Hyatt. I do
Jalen
like
Hyatt
Jalen
is a
Hyatt.
burner, and we stole him
Mhm.
in the third round. John Michael Schmitz, the second rounder, is looking pretty damn good. Stood some people up. So
Yep.
it's gonna be a tough. It's gonna be a tough game for you guys. Like, bro, this is the thing. We'll, even if we lose, we're well coached. Brian
Yeah.
Dayball, coach of the year. We're gonna be well coached.
I love
So
Dayball. I love Dayball.
yeah, the best fat man in New York since Biggie. So
Hey.
there we go. All right. So then week 15, this should be a winnable game for you guys,
Yeah.
man. Baker Mayfield sucks.
Well, it could be Kyle Trask at this point. Who knows,
It
man?
might be.
Because but I think Baker does win the starting spot for week 1, but I don't know if he'll hold it. I think we definitely need to come back and win this game. Like after that tough stretch of games, like these next 3, I think we need to win them. I don't know if we'll win against Vikings, but I think we take Buccaneers for sure. That
Okay.
team does not look, even though they still got the weapons. You got Godwin still there, Mike Evans,
They don't have an identity.
Rashad White is a good running back, a young good running back. Yeah, exactly what you said though. Who are this team? Who are the Buccaneers?
Yeah, I've seen Baker in training camp. He looks like shit.
Dude, he lit it up week 1 though against
Yeah.
the like when he was in there against the Steelers. He looked good.
Yeah. So at Carolina, so you guys will be going against Bryce Young at this point.
I think we win this game. Carolina's another team that people might be sleeping on a little bit, especially with that weak division, But
Oh yeah,
I don't think they're gonna win the NFC South, but I think they could possibly be in the running to win it. But I think we should win that game, week 16. Now, this is Christmas Eve. My Thanksgiving was already ruined. The Ace.
So you can save your Christmas.
Don't ruin my Christmas to lose into the Carolina Panthers, man.
All right, but then your New Year's might get ruined by facing the Vikings.
Exactly.
So.
All my favorite holidays, bro. And like I said, we're gonna split the series against the Vikings.
Yeah.
So that's an L right there. So what are we sitting at right now?
At 8-8, going into the last game to be determined against the Bears, where you guys are at home.
Now this could be a division winning winner you're in type situation, or like winner you're in for the last playoff spot in the wild card in the NFC, But I think we win, bro. We're in Lambeau. I gave them the week 1. Bears got us week 1. I think we hopefully, because last year we lost week 18 at home and you're winning you're in. But I think we win that game to get us 9-8.
Yeah. So that'll put you at the 9-8 mark, 1 game better than last year. If you guys were 9-8 last year, you would have made the playoffs.
Yeah, we were 8-9. So we could finish 8-9 again, dude. I would say like if we win at least 8 games, I think that would be a good season. To be optimistic with the team, 8-9, that could be a fun year for us. It's not like we're like dead in the water, but like we're just holding our head up, a little bit, and then we just fall flat at the end.
Yeah, like I'm going back and looking at that tough 3-game stretch, man. Like you said, you do got to take at least 1 out of 3.
That's a big
Chargers,
and then you got the
tough.
Giants, and then you got your Giants after that. So like that's a 4-game stretch right there of tough teams, bro. So if we go 2-2 in that little span, we could make the playoffs, bro. That's gonna be a huge month of football for the Packers.
Yeah. The Thanksgiving one too, man. Like I said, being that it's a short week, it's Thanksgiving, anything might be able to happen during that game. You just never know. Thursday night games are so unpredictable because you get no time to prepare. But being the fact that you guys are division rivals, what I'm saying, you will be able to at least attest to what they're gonna do and what they're gonna be able to know what you guys are gonna do. So if you were playing somebody random like that is in your division, you never know. You could have had a shot.
Yeah, man.
So
it's definitely gonna be fun, bro. I'm excited. I cannot wait for week 1, like regular season. Preseason's fun and all. Camp's cool, seeing all the cliffs and stuff. But when they kick off week 1, it's on, bro. It's on.
And I know you're just ready to switch things up from the shitty ass Yankees. So,
Yeah, people are gonna call me a fake fan probably because I'll be
They go
calling
like-
more football.
Yeah, they go like, "How dare you, Max?" So, on that note, tell the people where they can find you at, man. What you got going on, man?
I appreciate you having me, bro. You can find me anywhere: TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, of course, YouTube at Max Coverage TV. One word. Even on Threads, man. We on Threads too. But yeah,
X,
appreciate you. Oh yeah, well yeah, X. I'm sorry, I keep saying I can't say X, even though I updated the whole little logo and stuff. It's still weird, bro.
I'm
That's
gonna
still
tell you,
weird, but
on that note, it looks more aesthetically pleasing because I'm looking for certain people through the search bar, and it's easier to see a black X because everything is kind of blue. So it's like
yeah.
Twitter just blends in, but it is easier on that. But yeah, man, thank you for coming on, man. Hey, to everybody out there, make sure you follow, like, subscribe to Max Covers TV, man. You know, it was around this time last year, or a little bit later, where I actually got to get on Max's show. Max has helped this channel out tremendously, whether it's giving me advice, whether it's sending people over to raids, whether it's just chopping up, man. So I wholeheartedly appreciate you, man. This channel probably couldn't be live, man, without you, man. So I appreciate you. So I had to get you on here, and you the man.
I got you, my guy. You already know. Every time you need me, bro, I'm here. I got you.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. And maybe
Go
we should
Pack
call
Go.
one of the Yankee games this weekend, the Red Sox one. You're not streaming on Saturday, right?
Saturday I can't. Sunday we can do it because then we got the call-in show afterwards. You want to do that?
I can't. Yeah, let's do it. I can't do it on Friday, so that's perfect.
Yeah, perfect. We'll do it.
But I appreciate you for coming on. Go ahead.
Before we sign off, I just want to say this: Go Pack Go.
Hey, you didn't say it this whole time. It wouldn't. You have to at least drop it once. So we'll see if the Packers can have themselves a turnaround season, man. Appreciate each and every one of you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Ace Avenue Max coverage. I'll make sure to put his details down in the description so you guys can subscribe to him. Another great New York Yankee content creator. Updates on live sports. If you want them, Max will give them to you. He's making videos left and right too, Max. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
He's the man. Almost at 5,000 subscribers. It should be there by the end of the year.
Yeah, hopefully, bro. And I want to give away a jersey, so.
There you go. He's going to be doing the giveaways as well. But to everybody out there, appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe. As always, thank you for tuning into the Ace Avenue. I am yours, Shooter the Ace. Adios.
Peace.